Nyatsime. Ali's murder has attracted international attention, with one member of parliament in the United Kingdom calling on Britain to demand answers from authorities in Zimbabwe.
An abandoned homestead as Monasa fled political tensions. Supporters of the Citizens Coalition for Change were not deterred by intimidation from those who are sympathetic to the ruling party, ZANU-PF. The arrival of their leader, Nelson Chamisa, brought jubilation. And the anger was palpable from those who attended the memorial service, and they demanded answers.
This cannot happen. We have got our rights. I'm asking from the top, can they fight? We are seeking for justice. All we want is we are fighting for justice. This incident just happened and we don't know. We are threatened. We are not even sure for our safety. And we don't even know what's going to happen tomorrow. Who is going to be the next victim of the next thing tomorrow? Please, can you assist us? Can you keep us safe?
Ali's family has vowed not to bury their loved one until justice prevails.
We want justice and we want peace. As a family, must be brought to justice.
Nelson Chamisa has also called for a proper investigation.
This is down to this politically motivated. This is a very bad indication of the elections in 2023. It tells you that the darks of violence, the darkness of violence and the dark clouds are gathering. But we know that violence does not build a nation. Violence cannot save a generation. We have a duty to promote peace as they promote darkness and violence. We have a duty to make sure we resist the temptation to drive this country into anarchy, because that is what they want.
Yesterday, ZANU-PF dismissed allegations that the party is involved in the killing and abductions of human rights activists and opposition party supporters. SABC News.
The African Union has urged Rwanda and the Democratic Republic of Congo to de-escalate tensions and find a solution to the deteriorating security situation between the two countries. The call comes a day after senior Congolese official accused Rwanda of violating the DRC's territorial integrity by sending troops to fight alongside the M23 rebels. They have occupied the eastern border town of Bunagana. SABC's Chris Ochamringa reports from Kinshasa.
The accusations leveled against Rwanda came hours after the town of Bunagana fell into the hands of the M23 rebels on Monday. The military governor of North Kivu province described the rebel attack as an invasion of the DRC. The government has deployed more troops in eastern DRC to recapture the town. Tensions between Rwanda and the DRC intensified last month after Congolese authorities accused Rwanda of backing the M23 rebels. Rwanda has denied the accusations and instead blamed the Congolese army for working closely with rebels of the Democratic Forces for the Liberation of Rwanda, FDLR. The FDLR is composed of ethnic Hutus who are accused of killing thousands of Tutsis during the Rwandan genocide of 1994. African Union chairperson Moussa Faki has called on Rwanda and the DRC to quickly find a solution before more lives are lost. The M23 is a Tutsi-led rebel group in eastern DRC that claims to defend the interests of Tutsis in North Kivu province. Its fighters accuse the DRC government of failing to honor a peace deal they signed in 2013. The United Nations says the latest violence has displaced more than 25,000 people. Chris Ochamringa, SABC News, Kinshasa.
DR Congo on Monday seized the town of Bunagana in North Kivu province on the border with Uganda. The DRC government immediately accused Rwanda of an invasion. Rwanda did not immediately respond, but it has repeatedly denied claims that it supports those M23 rebels. Sarah Kamani has more.
More than 30,000 Congolese asylum seekers and 137 Democratic Republic of Congo soldiers crossed into neighboring Uganda on Monday, according to Ugandan officials, following intense fighting between the DRC military and the militia group. The M23 insurgency stems from the long fallout from the 1994 genocide in neighboring Rwanda. The group's leadership is from the Tutsi ethnic group and has justified previous attacks inside the Congo by saying it is battling the Democratic Forces for the Liberation of Rwanda, FDLR, a militia founded by the ethnic Hutus who fled Rwanda after participating in the genocide. In December 2013, the DRC government and the M23 signed a peace agreement in Kenya. The M23 rebel group resumed fighting in November last year after accusing the Congolese government of failing to respect a 2009 agreement under which the army was to incorporate its fighters.
M23 came as a result of the ungovernability in Eastern Congo and the various dynamics in terms of how the international community did not manage the entire conflict, mineral conflicts in Eastern Congo. Now, they have embedded themselves in the local community, and now they have become and attained a life of their own. And that's a challenge when you have rebel movements that do not have an end result from a process of either quashing them completely militarily or actually giving them incentives to integrate with the normal society.
DRC has accused Rwanda of backing the rebels, but Rwanda denies the accusations. In April this year, the EAC led peace talks in Nairobi, but some armed groups snapped the talks. M23 left after the first day. Analysts were not optimistic that the talks would bring peace or even a meaningful ceasefire due to lack of political will from the neighbors.
So there needed to be a very clear conflict mapping and conflict analysis before we even come to Nairobi. So then by the time we're coming to Nairobi, we are knowing where are we starting from and where are we supposed to go. And what are the prerequisite requirements we are talking about? For example, a ceasefire must be maintained during the conversation, during the talks, so that you don't have this kind of 2 steps forward and 2 steps back.
The EAC leaders have agreed to send peacekeeping troops to battle insurgency in the DRC, but analysts say without unity of purpose from regional leaders, that too will fail. Sarah Kimani, SABC News, Kenya.